Now, since we updated the policy for the salespeople, I thought it'd be interesting to log in as one of those salespeople to see how the label works, and then also show you some of the PowerShell commands that exist when you install the Azure Information Protection Client. So in this case, we're going to be logging in as the user Elsie Vasquez. She's a member of the sales organization at Contoso Limited. And we're going to be logging into a Windows 10 desktop that has Office 2016 installed and the Azure Information Protection Client. All right, here I am logged in as Elsie Vasquez into a Windows 10 desktop. Let's go ahead and launch Excel by opening this call log. You see it's loading the Azure Information Protection add-in as part of Excel. If we click on File and go to Account, you'll see we're logged in as Elsie Vasquez for this account. If we look at the sensitivity, you'll see this document is currently labeled as personal. If we click on the protection and look at what's available, you see in the labels, personally identifiable information is now an available label. Now, while we're logged in, we're going to run a few PowerShell commands. So I'm going to close this and open up Windows PowerShell. And this is just a regular PowerShell. It's not launched as administrator or anything like that. And I'm also going to open up Visual Studio Code where I have some example commands that we're going to run within this PowerShell. So if you're looking for these commands, they are available on my GitHub account in the Azure Information Protection repository. This would be under Module 3. The first thing that we can look at is what commands are available in this module. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this and copy it and jump back over to the desktop and paste it. And here's all the commands that are part of this version of the module. I'm sure they'll add more as the module grows and changes, but right now these are the commands that are available. Let's go ahead and switch back. So one of the commands that was available was getting the RMS server, so you can see what the current RMS server that's associated with the user is. So let's copy that and run it. And it's actually going to prompt me to log in with my account to connect to that RMS server. Once I'm logged in, it'll retrieve the settings from Azure Information Protection and let me know a little bit more about the RMS server. Another useful command could be the get RMS template. So let's go ahead and run that. And this gives me the list of templates that are available to me, so you can see that PII template is one of the ones that is available for my use. Now if we go into the desktop and try to type things correctly, there we go. You can see the call log document is sitting there on the desktop. So let's see what commands we can run against that document. The first one is the get AIP file status. So that looks at the file and gets some of the properties about it. So you can see the main label that's being applied to this document right now is personal. And we saw that when we opened up Excel. What if you wanted to change the labels for a whole bunch of documents? Well, that is possible using this PowerShell module. Going back to the commands, now if you want to change the label, you're going to have to find the label ID ahead of time. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a copy of the existing item. There we go. And then I'm going to use the command set AIP file label, hand it a label ID, and then the path to the file that I want to change the label of. So let's select this command and copy it and hit enter. It's going to prompt me again because I am changing the label. It'll only prompt you the first time, and then if you want to change the label again, it would stop prompting you for the password. Okay, there we go. The labeling of that file has now changed. If we go ahead and get the file status again, for this newly created file, you can see that the main label has been changed from personal to public. If you're curious about where to find that file label, if we go back to the portal and go to a specific label, say the personal label, down at the very bottom of the label properties is the label ID. So that would be one way of getting that label ID if you wanted to update the labeling for a whole bunch of documents for some reason.